I'll always remember a conversation I had with the late Kansas Supreme Court Chief Justice McFarland. She had this vision of a bridge over a koi pond where you could stand on the bridge, look down into the pond, and see the colorful koi dancing under the water. Behind me is the steel frame where that drum bridge will be. And all of this rock that you see forms the shores and the floor of the koi pond. This particular spot in this garden was her dream, her vision. This koi pond was built with extraordinary care. Most of the granite came out of the Great Lakes area, and each rock guided into place by hand. Many of the rocks specifically chosen for their color combinations, how that will reflect under the water in the Kansas sunlight. Once we hired a general contractor to get ready for the actual construction, the general contractor hired a true Japanese garden master. His name is Koji Morimoto. He studied in Japan. With Koji involved, this thing just really began to come to life. Once inside the gate, you arrive at a little plaza where you get to make a choice. You can either go right or you can go left. Both trails represent different journeys through life. The trail on the right is a more rugged, angular journey through life. The trail on the left represents a smoother, gentler journey. Eventually, those two pathways connect, and then the path starts a journey together. That journey takes you across a drum bridge into the lower garden area where the main koi garden or koi pond is, and where it's much more public and open. I'm standing on the 8-plank bridge here at the McFarland Japanese Garden. I'm actually at the intersection between the 2nd and 3rd plank, and this style of bridge tells a beautiful story about finding true love. As the story tells it, it goes all the way back to the year 931 in the then capital of Japan, Kyoto, where a nobleman was exiled out into the countryside, away from his true love. He couldn't take that, and on his way back to find his true love, to reunite with her, he crossed 8 shallow streams over 8 narrow bridges. And that is the story of the 8-plank bridge, a quest to find your true love. One of the tenets that McFarland operated on was she only wanted to be part of this project if it was going to be the best that it could. One important element of any Japanese garden is a dry garden, sometimes referred to as a Zen garden. The event venue is an open space with a lot of glass around to really let the landscape in. The venue will seat, right now we're saying anywhere between 250 to 300 people. This tea house structure was built to really provide people a place to rest, to find shade as they experience the Japanese garden. When it's complete, this is going to be one of the most beautiful areas, most beautiful views here in Topeka, Kansas. The trees that you can see that have been planted are all designed, along with the shrubs, to provide different color between spring and fall, and even in the winter, this is where you'll see the bones of the garden. According to our Japanese garden master, winter is one of the most beautiful times to experience a Japanese garden.